What's up, nail geeks, and welcome back to a Lumen nails video. We have a beautiful shimmery good collection to check out. The Frozen Fantasy collection I have, it's an 8-piece set. These are super good. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Starting off with Cerulean Chill. This is a crisp blue holographic shimmer with a blue to green to indigo shift. This is a sister to Snowflake Fairy, if you liked that one. Cerulean Chill has a wonderful, almost metallic type of shimmery effect. It's very easy to build up to opacity. I think if you go in for 2 normal coats, you will have a decent amount of coverage. I'm talking like 95% coverage. I chose to take it up to a thin 3rd coat, and I personally preferred it this way. I thought it plumped up really nice. It will dry down incredibly flat though, so you may or may not want to use a thin coat of glitter smoother just to help out your glossy top coat if so. Dark Depths is a royal blue to deep purple shift with a pink to blue large particle shimmer. This one, in my opinion, is probably the most opaque in the collection. I would have to say this one's probably number 1, and Cerulean Chill and possibly another one have more of a true type of straight up solid finish, if that makes sense. Dark Depths has a wonderful opacity to it if you're wanting that nice plumped up look. I think 2 normal coats is perfect, like what I did here on the video. It will dry down flat too, so you'll want to use a good glossy top coat just to help plump it up. Because again, polishes that have lots of shimmer and special effect do dry down very flat. Glacier Glow is a cool blurple saturated with a shimmering flaky and a complementary large and small particle shimmer that ranges from green to blue to violet. Glacier Glow is what I would classify as really flirting with being a sheer type of finish. That said, it does build up to a somewhat semi type of pseudo opacity. So if you have a free edge or if you have falsies, whatever, I do think it's going to have this softer type of effect. So in brighter lights, you might see your free edge of some sort. You can kind of get an idea of that on my full hand shot here. You can sort of see through my nails, but it's only in super bright lights. Again, I will suggest a thin coat of glitter smoother and a glossy top coat. Snowflake Symphony is a pink with a strong orange to gold to pink shift and a scattered holographic effect. This is one of my favorites in this set. It is very flattering. It's soft. It's pretty. It just reminds me of whenever you see Christmas decorations. I know I've been hunting myself as a holiday trinket hoarder. I always see the pink Christmas trees, things like that. Those types of decorations I will see in this shade of pink, and it's just a lovely color in my opinion. I'm going to suggest 3 coats on this one. This one also has a softer type of buildup, but it does build up to, again, like a 90-95% opacity type situation. I'm going to suggest any type of glossy top coat to smooth it out, and this has a beautiful peachy shift to it. Ice Prism is a frosty semi-sheer shimmer with a magical blue to pink to purple and a red to orange and gold shift. This is what I would describe as being a sheer type of finish, and it's got a jam-packed full shimmer type of effect. I dare say I'm seeing 2 types of shimmers here. You can kind of get an idea of that as we're real up and close and personal with my finger here, but you can see that there's a bit of a contrast between respective particles, if that makes sense at all. We've got an overall pearly type of finish and how this builds up. I do think you'll see your smile line and or through your nails if you have falsies, free edge, what have you. So 3 coats and a glossy top coat is perfect. Of course, if a visible nail line bugs you, a nude to you cream or a blurring base works too. Frose is a pale pink saturated with gold reflective glitter and a diamond holographic effect and a strong pink to orange to gold shift. This is like a blushing type of champagne color in my opinion, and it heavily pulled almost like a nude neutral against myself. With that said, I tend to classify these types of, I guess, base colors, for lack of better words here. It's not really the base color, but you know what I mean, what it builds up to. I tend to classify these as like amped up neutrals. This is very sparkly in person, in bright lights, kitchen lights, those public bathroom lights. You're going to see a lot of sparkle factor. It's very pretty. That said, of course, we have reflective glitters here, so use a glitter smoothing top coat and glossy top coat to seal it up and get rid of any grit. Arctic Aura is an icy indigo with a trifecta of a color shift flaky, scattered holographic, and a large particle shimmer that is super icy in blue to violet to blue-green. I do agree with that official description. Some of these colors embodied winter so well that it almost made me feel cold. I guess I'm just cold right now, but anyways, I don't know. I really feel like these encompassed winter so well. Arctic is another one that I would classify as being somewhat of a kind of sheer. I don't want to completely say that, but it's a lighter type of buildup. And of course, we've got the shimmer and these flakes, these chunkier type flakes, mind you, being the objects that are giving us that nice opacity there. I'm going to suggest 3 light coats. This is quite plumping in the base itself, so just be careful of over buildup. Snow Moth is my top pick in the set. I really liked this one. This is a lavender base that has a pink to blue to violet shift and a linear holographic shimmer. This is lovely. I so like this type of color. Again, this is like the pinky type of holiday ornaments and stuff. I know personally my tree is candy themed, so I've got a lot of pinks and purples and cotton candy type things to it. So I guess maybe that's why I gravitate towards these types of colors this time of year. But anyways, I know that's kind of breaking my blue rule, but I digress. Snow Moth has a very creamy, smooth formula to it. This is beautiful cream type of opacity going on here. I'm going to suggest 3 light coats to build this up. Don't overbuild it or anything like that. If you tend to polish on the heavier handed side, 2 coats is probably going to be best. This will dry down flat, so use a good glossy top coat. And we're going to wrap this up with the Will It Topper segment. This is where I use a black swatch stick to demonstrate if polishes have layering capabilities. We have a lot of sheer type finishes in this collection. Overall, we have a lot of shimmer bombs too. So of course, that means a lot of these are going to topper really well. And I think you can get very creative with them. Of course, dark depths being the most opaque in the collection might be the one outlier, but otherwise I think you can get just ham with what you're doing with these. Even the ones like Snowflake Symphony, Snow Moth, those types, I still thought those toppered really well. So I would personally stick with lighter type colors. I think that's going to look really cool over, say, like icy pastel type colors. But of course, as you're seeing on the video here, black works too. So I don't know, you got quite a bit to work with. And if you also wanted to go in super light and have them more topper-esque, you'll need to make sure to go in and just dry brush some of those more sheer type finishes. The Frozen Fantasy Collection is going to go on pre-order starting November 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time through November 20th at midnight. This launch, there is also going to be 12 possible mystery polishes. There's 12 winter-themed mystery polishes, all available in 3 different types of finishes. There's going to be semi-sheer shimmers, snowflakes will be flaky finishes, and then Wonderland will be a deeper, darker shimmer shades. I did ask because this is my month where every single collection I'm showing you all, I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure I get everyone's Black Friday information in with you all to share. So I did ask Lumen, and she did say that for Black Friday, there's going to be overpours of previous polish pickup polishes for $7.50. And there's also going to be a restock and free shipping on all orders over $75. So in terms of the Frozen Fantasy polishes, she did say there will be a limited restock. So if you got them during the initial pre-order, you know, you're guaranteed whatever. The way I interpret the Black Friday information is that those will probably be capped, I dare say. By the time I get this video up, if I have a correction to that, I will add it to my face. I will link you all below to Lumen Nails, the website, if you want to get in there and shop and get yourself ready. And I'll also link you to the Facebook group for the brand if you wanted to interact with Shantae, the maker. She's super sweet. And see sneak peeks, more official Black Friday information from the brand and all that fun stuff. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.